Next up on the Cosmic News Network, First Contact with Joshua Putt.
Hello, Earthlings. How you doing today? Welcome back to First Contact Radio. Glad that you could be here. Today is Monday. It is the 7th of November, 2016. One day before the big election here in the United States of America to determine the next president. So, a lot going on this week. It's going to be a busy week. I want to show you some of the stuff that's going on astrologically, show you how this story unfolds itself here for us to see. First of all, our sun sign is in Scorpio. Okay, so Scorpio is our sun sign. It's where our conscious mind is. It's the tarot card of death. Okay, what this simply represents is just a symbol. It's just an image. It just represents transformation. Transformation from one thing into another. It's an emotional sign, so it doesn't deal with the physical body at all. It deals with the emotional body. So over the course of this period of time, for the 30-day period of time that we are in the sun sign of Scorpio, we have emotions that we need to deal with. Emotions to deal with because they are involved in the transformative process that is taking place in our lives. Now the moon sign, which switches every 2.5 days, has been going like this. Over the weekend, we had Capricorn, which is the tarot card of the devil. Hebrew letter Ayin, I, tells us all about illusion. We need to look past the illusion that there is this earthly process that is holding us back. There is no process holding us back. It's only when we forget about the fire, the water, the air, and we only think about the physical earthly plane that we get caught up, because we think that that's all that there is. And so that's where we're stuck, with the physical. Okay, when we look past this, when we look past the illusion that the physical is all that there is, we see that there's more. Well, we've moved from there into Aquarius. Aquarius is the water bearer. Aquarius is an air sign. So we moved from the physical earth, from the stability of the earth, the illusion of seeing the earthly realm. Now we're into that hopefulness of what can come from us when we put our thoughts in a positive direction. It's like in the 60s when we kept hearing the age of Aquarius is upon us. Well, this is it. This is the age of Aquarius. This is the time of Aquarius. Hopefulness. Having one foot in the land, one in the water. Having the ability to be able to ask questions of life to bring forth the proper answers. If we're all screwed up in the way that we're looking at life, if we're caught up in an illusion, then it doesn't matter what questions we ask, because we're just going to get illusionary ones back. We have to step out of the illusion. We have to understand that we are all, like the character here, the nakedness represents that we're all naked to the world. We all need to have a process of trust with the world and the universe, that it takes care of us, and that when we strip away all that is outside of ourselves, all distraction, we're just left with who we are. We're a being that has complete trust and confidence in the universe, because the universe flows through us and takes care of us. So there's the hopefulness of Aquarius. Now, what's coming up for us, coming tomorrow, is Pisces. We could see that Pisces is going to be in tomorrow. During election day, we actually have a void, of course, going to come up. But when Pisces comes up, look at this. Pisces represents the path. We have the pillars of what is known, and then we have to travel into the unknown. So Pisces tells us that everything that we've experienced in life up to this point has taken us to the pillars of the unknown territory. We don't know what's past that. And that's par for the course with where we're going on this election day, because we have come up to the boundaries of what we know and what we don't know. And so now it's just a matter of how we are going to deal with the next phase. Having faith is a very important part of that process. So for the course of the day, let's take a look at what we have here. We have the various aspects. Most of them have passed, but we do have coming up at 12:29 p.m. a sextile with Saturn wanting us to be more disciplined in the way we look at things, and then the sun and the moon go into a square at 1:51 p.m. So that way Scorpio, the water of Scorpio, those emotions are going to hit the air of the Aquarius in order to look at a different way we might be able to express those emotions in a more hopeful manner. Okay, the moon phase. Take a look at our moon phase over here. If we can get to it. I'm having a few glitches here today, as you could see, so be patient as these all get worked out. Let's see if this helps the situation. There we go. Okay. The moon phase is 49.1% of the way full, making its way up. It's a waxing moon, which means we're making our way to the full moon, which will be here on the 14th. The Jewish calendar today is Sik Cheshvan, is the name of the day, year 5777. The year just began not too long ago. Daily thought for today is confusing body and soul. So you've come to a realization that you're not the stuff you made yourself out to be. In fact, you're a mess. Everything about you needs to be fixed. But that's not you. That is the outer you. The inner you is a pure soul, and the soul is now celebrating. Why? Because now this beast within, which she was thrust, has finally realized what a dark pit it has gotten itself into, and now there's a chance that she can lead it back home. And every step the soul leads the beast back home, the soul is already there. Don't confuse the job of the soul with the concerns of the body. Very good point indeed. And finally, space weather, 317.2 kilometers per second. Planetary K-index, at the moment, quiet. Could get up a little bit higher in the 2 range, still quiet. We have a lot of openings in our sun, the top, the bottom. We're definitely going to feel the effect from that over the next couple days. Here we have the M-class flare, 1% X-class 1. Appears we have some sort of a flying pickle, and if you notice, look at how it's over this. What does it look like it's over? It looks like it's over a flat disk, doesn't it? Looks like it to me. There's the flying pickle over the flat disk Earth. M-class flare possibility and X-class both at 1. Geomagnetic storm activity looks to be increasing slightly in the mid-latitudes, 15 to 25. Upper latitudes, it also, well, it's decreasing slightly. So a lot of energy moving around. And that, my friends, is our cosmic weather for today. And that brings us up to UFO news. Here we go.
This is the UFO News with Joshua Poet.
All right, Dirk, thank you very much. Today's UFO news seems to have a theme, and the theme is clouds. The theme is clouds. So the first one we're going to look at here, UFO cloud over California. This took place a couple days ago, the end of last month. All we have here is a 1 minute 38 second video with the title Super Weird UFO Looking Cloud in California. And there it is right there. You could see it. Okay, so quite a interesting cloud. I don't think it gets any closer than that, but you could see that in itself is pretty bizarre. This very bizarre looking cloud. What's going on behind that cloud? Well, that is the trick, to figure out what that is. Okay, so this was over California. This was on the 29th. And nobody else is really paying attention except for this person here who's recording this. Alright, moving from that cloud over here to another cloud. This one is a little bit more pearlescent, and it took place over Italy. This pearlescent UFO was seen last week. It looks like a giant disc complete with a beautiful dome on its top. The eyewitness, Tim Gabriel. We share these images where we are allegedly captured in the skies of Lecco, Lombard, Italy, the 2nd of November 2016 by Giuseppe Filippione. And there we go. Nice, good, pearlescent type cloud. Most likely with something behind it. We can see a couple things up here as well. Alright, moving on from there to the next cloud formation. This one takes place over Volcano, our favorite volcano in Mexico. Look at this cloud formation. Looks kind of like this, doesn't it? Got through some filters to see if it was just imagined there. While searching cams for UFOs, I found this giant face above a volcano, Volcano Popocatépetl. Clouds can be manipulated by powerful alien thoughts. Here we see the face of a person that an alien was thinking about, maybe worried about it, for it to be detailed above the volcano. Okay, so there you go. That's what it looked like from a distance. Pretty fascinating capture. Definitely looks like an alien. UFO hidden in Hawaii creates an alien hidden base theory. The story of a secret alien UFO base in Hawaii has made the rounds online. An unnamed UFO witness claimed to have seen a flying saucer hovering above the high range around Kanoa Bay. UFO onlookers then suggested the reported sighting deserves enough attention as it could prove the presence of extraterrestrial life on Earth. The witness has submitted a photograph of the UFO with detailed reports of the sighting to MUFON. The witness explained in the report he had just no intention to photograph UFOs around the area. He was just interested on the view at the time. He was trying to look at the images and the photographs he had taken when he noticed a strange flying object in one of the pictures. He first thought of it as a dust speck or wood chip on the lens of the camera. However, he started realizing that it was UFO when he tried to zoom in on the picture. Okay, that's very good. Over Hawaii, and one last UFO related story here. This is over Lake Michigan, and we see a series of objects. One in series here, 4 of them over there, maybe part of the same or separate. These glowing UFOs were recorded coming from the center of Lake Michigan this week. UFOs were following each other. The front UFO will speed up and move faster than the others. It's really a remarkable sighting. One concern readers often have is these lights may be Chinese lanterns. First off, most lanterns are red. Second, even if it is a white lantern, the fire below it will still be red-orange, and we do not see that. Third, the front UFO is moving way faster than the wind. I'm confident this sighting, and it's great that someone caught it on video for us. Okay? So there you go. That's over Michigan. So that, my friends, that is our UFO news for today. As you could see, lots of sightings every single day. We want to look up, especially with the cloud formations that are going on. You don't see these things by looking down at the ground. We're only going to capture these things by looking up above us to see what is there. All right? All right. I'll be right back, and I'll continue on. Stay tuned.
What if our government was responsible for some of the greatest crimes against this nation? Would you really want to know? These are big questions, but these questions deserve answers. It's time to demand the truth.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of
9/11 was an inside job. Kennedy was killed by the CIA. Jimmy Carter saw a UFO. Answers to secrets you need to know. So wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake
continue on. A lot to get to, sort of. Okay, the big event we have coming up is the election. We've been preparing for this for a long time, over a year. We have gone through this process not only as participants, watching, but also as participants in the way that we have communicated with each other through this. In my entire life, and I know you feel the same way, in your lifetime, you've probably never seen an election so crazy as this one, with two candidates who are out there in such a animated way. And the two candidates themselves couldn't be more different. We have one candidate, Hillary Clinton, who represents the side that is currently in office, and she talks about making changes, yet she has been in office, and the question is, why haven't these changes she's been proposing been dealt with or brought up prior to this? It's a good point. We come to find out that Hillary, crooked Hillary, will say anything, do anything to get herself elected, even if that means lying to the people. Unfortunately, we've seen throughout this process the tremendous amount of corruption that surrounds Hillary Clinton, the Clinton Foundation, her husband Bill, even Chelsea is in on the mix of corruption. There seems to be nothing but corruption around this particular family. We've seen from the WikiLeaks the lies, and the more lies. I mean, you would really have to be deaf, dumb, and blind to not see the lies that are going on with this particular family and the government that is surrounding them. We see the corruption in the White House with Obama. We see the corruption with Comey and the FBI. We see the corruption in the Justice Department. We see corruption with the Supreme Court judges. Basically, our whole system needs to be flushed. We've become so corrupt. And the strange part is you have many individuals here on earth that will support that corruption, many here in America that will support this corruption. But if you're supporting Hillary, then obviously you must feel that all of those lies are okay. You must feel that it's okay to murder babies the way that she wants to do. You must feel that it's okay to practice all of these various satanic practices that she's into, or be involved with all this deception. Obviously, in order to support her, you have to be able to be okay with that, at least willing to turn a blind eye and then deny that anything she's doing is wrong. Of course, anybody who has two brain cells rubbed together can see that what she's doing is wrong and knows not to support her, and therein lies the problem. See, I think that this whole election is about morality. The morality not of the candidates, the morality of the people who are doing the voting. We've heard for a long time that there was going to be a separating of the wheat from the chaff, the corrupt from the non-corrupt, the godless from those who are God-fearing, God-seeking individuals. And here we are at that time, and we see the choices being made by individuals. Mind-boggling to see some of the choices, how people are going to corruption. I didn't know, truthfully, how many corrupt individuals we had here in America. I didn't know that there were so many people that supported the level of corruption that is going on. But unfortunately, that's the case. Now, many of these have been deceived by dark forces, which are all around them. And so these dark forces, which are all around them, are simply creating chaos and bringing situations into their life where they're not making clear decisions at all. So what we need to do is we need to simply stay positive during this time and not allow all of these distractions to get us down. We've got one day left. We need to understand that the lies are going to continue to come in from the people who are lying. They're going to continue to cheat. They're going to try to steal this election. Okay? That should not surprise you one bit to know that they're going to do all in their power to lie, cheat, and steal. It's unfortunate, but that is what this Democratic Party has become. Liars, cheaters, thieves. And the people who support them, unfortunately, deep down within their lives, the morality is really showing that there is a lot of liars, cheaters, and thieves in life in general. And that's really sad that this is what we've become. It's very sad. Very sad indeed. But here we are, and we need to deal with the situation. So, what we can do is, if you're a Trump supporter, and I'm guessing most of you listening here are, and if you aren't a Trump supporter, I can't imagine that you'd still be here, because you probably would have told me to take a hike a long time ago, or you would have just left. Either way, this information is important. This is something that anybody could do. And apparently, what's the problem here? Well, I'll have to find a way to bring this up to you a little bit better, because it doesn't appear to want to be able to bring this file up here. Give me a moment, and I'm going to go and set this up for you. Here, let me try this. Let me try this here. See if we can get something going here. Okay. And we'll see if this makes a difference. All right. If all is working well, you should now be able to hear me. There we go. All right, so Trump Talk. This is something you can do today. Okay, you go to this site here. I've got the link available. You can join Trump Talk. You can make calls from your home. There's a script for you to follow. So if you are unable to get out today, if you want to help with one last push of what's going on and contact people, there's an opportunity for you to do that. Okay, simply log in. It has, you can call from your home phone. You can call from your desktop computer. The option's yours, and then it shows you, as you go through, it asks you how many calls you want to make, and then it will give you a list of people to call, and you just go right ahead, follow the script. Okay, so there's something there I wanted to bring up for you to check out. I also wanted to bring this video up for you for your watching pleasure at some point today. This here is Nigel Farage, and he was speaking at the Donald Trump rally in Jackson, Mississippi in August, and he was Mr. Brexit, as they call him. Now, the reason I brought this up was because we've been going through change here on the earth. In England, they had a big change. They pulled away from their country. The reason that this was so significant and why he came to talk was he wanted us to let us know that he sees us in a similar situation. Just like them, we are being told that we have no chance. On the day of the election, they were told they were 10 points down, and yet they won by an overwhelming margin. Why? Because the people didn't believe the lies of the corporate media. People didn't believe the lies, so they charged forward with what they needed to do to make things right. And that's what we need to do here in America. So I brought this video up for you so you could check it out, draw some inspiration from it. This is not a day to become discouraged. This is a day to become encouraged. We are on the verge of a tremendous, tremendous victory. I know the mainstream media is going to go overtime today to convince you otherwise. But all you need to do is go watch a Donald Trump rally today. He'll be doing 5 of them. Yesterday, he did 5. I think maybe even 6 of them. Donald Trump is out there working tirelessly to make this happen. Okay? To make this happen for Americans. Because if we do not make this choice properly, if we get in with the wrong person, our country's gone, my friends. I don't think you understand the seriousness of that. But where Hillary Clinton wants to take our country, it will no longer be the United States of America. It will be a country without borders, which means we're not a country. We will have people coming in and out of our country that we don't know exactly where they're from and what their intentions are. We will have laws which certainly won't be abided by because the American people have now seen that there is no law. So do you think that the legal system is going to become easier or more difficult? It's going to be more challenging. So there's a lot of problems that are out there if we go down the road with Hillary Clinton. If Donald Trump gets in office, then we have an opportunity to see things cleaned up. There's a lot of people who believe that Donald Trump is the chosen one to do this job. If it turns out that that's not the case, then there's going to be a lot of people trying to figure out what it is and why we thought that. I'm going to stick to the belief that Donald Trump is the man for the job until something comes along and shows otherwise. But I don't believe the mainstream lies, and I believe that he has every opportunity to go in and make this happen. Remember, in the course of the process, tomorrow is going to be the vote. Tomorrow is going to be the day that we choose and determine who the electors are going to be. But the electors, they don't actually go in and vote for the president until December 19th. Now, some might say, well, it'll be cut and dry by then because they just go in to vote for who they're supposed to. But again, we have challenges which is taking place. We have electors saying they're not going to be voting for Hillary under any circumstances. So again, we have another level where there's going to be challenges and battles taking place. Just keep believing, my friends. Just keep believing. There's a battle out there. It's a battle between good and evil, light and dark, and we just need to stand our ground. Before we move forward here, I wanted to bring this up one more time. This is from Ephesians 6, verse 10 through 24. This is the King James Version. I wanted to read this to you. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye might be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in that evil day, and having done all, to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of truth, of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation, the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with the prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. And for me that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in bonds, and therein I may speak boldly as I ought to speak. Okay, so bottom line, there's something more going on in this situation than meets the eye. Okay, there's something bigger going on than just the physical expression. We have to remain hopeful. We put on the armor of God to protect ourselves from all the lies that are out there. We move forward along the path that is unfolding before us, that is unknown, and it is unknown because we come to the point of everything that we know, and now we have to go into unknown territory. I would look at this as a very positive thing, because with Hillary Clinton, we know where we've been. We're not going into unknown territory with her. We're simply going into territory that we are fully aware where she has been. Donald Trump is the unknown factor at this point in time, simply because he is not one of the insiders, but an outsider. And therefore, I believe that he is the one who takes us down this path, and we simply need to have faith in the process of getting there. Remember, we can make this happen. It's about us, my friends. But if we buy into the lies today, if we buy into the distractions, if we buy into the things that discourage us, then we are the ones who need to correct ourselves in that regard. With God, all things are possible. And there's something about this election process which we know is not normal. We need to understand there's a bigger event taking place, and we need to just be faithful and strong. Okay? Be faithful and strong, my friends. That's the message here. Now, everything energetically moves in cycles. We talk about that all the time. Here is an article over at In5D called November 2016, the time of completion, the end of a 9-year cycle, by Emmanuel Dagger. We are at a pivotal moment in humanity. It's an awakening journey, one that is changing the landscape of our personal and global reality forever. 216 is a 9 universal year. Number 9 represents the frequencies of completion, reflection, and service. You've probably noticed these themes, especially endings or completion, showing the big time this year in the outer world and in your own life. With cycles, universal completions, and endings, we are already asked to be fully face and resolve any unfinished business in any areas of our lives that need tending to. These include the areas of health, relationships, patterns of behavior, including how we treat ourselves. The last few months of a 9 universal year are the most intense because we are being nudged to quickly finish everything that needs to be completed from the past 9 years before a new 9-year cycle begins. During a new 9-year universal cycle, we also notice some stagnancy when it comes to accepting change, some hesitancy about starting a new project, job, or relationship, or moving to a new location. If this has happened in your life, know that it's happening all over the planet. We are all being given space to finish with the old before we begin with the new. Okay? So again, this ties right into everything that's going on. We're finishing with the old way. It's a changing of the guard. All signs point that this is the time for someone like Donald Trump to step in. All signs are there. If it doesn't happen, well, I don't know what to say other than all the signs are pointing to this cosmically, physically, every way we can look at it. We've seen prophecies out there. We've seen numerology about Donald Trump. We've seen the Jewish information and the rabbis and their beliefs in him. We've seen priests blessing Donald and giving him gifts. On and on and on. We've heard prophecy from people that go back years. We've had dreams. It's just an incredible thing that's taking place. And I believe that we are truly ending a cycle, beginning a new one. But this is a big one, my friends. We're facing the beast that we have created. And we all have to take responsibility, because we all at some point in time told a little lie. And then that lie became bigger and bigger. And we've gotten so used in society to telling the little lies that we've gotten into a big problem, because the little lies have become so big that we as a society have lost track of what's truth and what is a lie. And that has become the problem that we are all facing. Okay, so let's fix the problem, and let's start by going inside and doing a nice good meditation to remedy the situations we're dealing with. So close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Take another deep breath. And exhale again. And another breath. And exhale. Now, let's imagine ourselves looking at the world right now, and we see a world that is a world thrown in chaos. We see a lot of confusion in the world. We see a lot of anger. We see a lot of fear. And as we look to see the source of all of these distractions, these fears, we see that there is this beast-like energy which has grown and grown over the years here on Earth and in America. This beast has taken control of men's and women's minds, their thoughts, and is spreading its darkness. But we know that there are many powerful, strong warriors And so let's just imagine this beast system that is out in the world, a political, a military, justice system, all wrapped into one that is providing darkness and negativity. And let's imagine this beast. Let's imagine the multiple heads of this beast representing the various areas of religion and politics and government and media and the legal system. We see this multi-headed beast there attacking society, and people are afraid. But then one by one we see warriors standing up facing the beast, and each one of us holding within it the sword, like Michael, the sword of truth. And we strike at the beast, each one of us, until eventually we cut the heads off of the beast. And the body withers, and the entire beast fades into existence. And as it does, all of the darkness dissipates, and people begin to see clearly and realize that they have been caught in an illusion. And we take this moment to be grateful for defeating the beast, for now we realize we're able to save ourselves from the problems that were mounting. We're able to save ourselves because we defeated the beast once and for all. Heavenly Father, Heavenly Mother, thank you for the blessings of this day. Thank you for the strength and courage that you have provided with, that we might be strong against all the forces of darkness that face humanity. May we, brave warriors, continue to gather together more and more brave warriors across this earth, that we might continually stand up against the darkness of this beast system, that we might stand victorious, that we may shine bright as the beings that God has created us to be. So let us continue forth into this world, shining bright the light of the Christ, striking out at the darkness and the evil, and defeating it along the way, so that all that is left is goodness and happiness and peace and opportunity. And let's just imagine the people of earth smiling, feeling peaceful, because we've defeated the very beast that we have created, and life becomes harmonious. So let's just imagine this opportunity of being at peace and harmony, because we have just defeated the beast. Now let's just hold that thought of people cheering and feeling the excitement. And let's just hold that thought of hopefulness as we go through the world today. Peace and hopefulness. And let us bring our conscious mind back to the present moment on the count of 3. 3, coming back to the present moment filled with confidence. 2, coming back to the present moment filled with faith. And 1, coming back to the present moment happy, healthy, and whole. Happy, healthy, and whole. Take another deep breath. Exhale and open your eyes. All right, my friends, that is it. That is the show for today. Tomorrow's a big day for us, my friends. Tomorrow's a big day, so be strong, be faithful. Do not give up hope, because no matter what happens, we have to trust that there's a larger plan, a bigger plan, a divine plan. And whatever is going to unfold, that we have the capability of overcoming. And whatever problems there are here because we've allowed those problems. So if we're willing to take responsibility to defeat the problems we've created, then we're going to be all right. It's only if we continue to allow ourselves to be lied to that we're going to face more problems. And I know that I'm tired of that. And I know that you're tired of it. And I know that there's many, many, many others who are tired of it as well. So let's change, my friends, for the better. Let's change because it is our divine right to do so. Let's change because it is time to bring God back into the picture, to once and for all defeat the darkness that is trying to deceive humankind. That's it for today. Have an awesome day. Go check out the links. Go make some calls for Trump. Talk to other people. Be positive. And tomorrow, let's go do our part. It may not be the be-all, end-all. There may be other factors behind the election process, but we can at least still do our part to show the tremendous support that there is for the man who we believe should be in office, Donald J. Trump, next president of the United States. That's it, my friends. Have an awesome day. I'll be back tomorrow. Till then, I love you. Keep loving each other, and I will talk to you soon. Peace. I'm out of here.